Remember when a walk around the bridge of an Idris looked like this, rather than that? And when a trip to the armory looked dark like this, and not like that? Well, there's a reason I ask, and it links back very much to Star Citizen itself. I mean, Squadron 42 is what's giving me hope that CIG will deliver on their promises. Because Squadron 42 is what a game looks and feels like when Chris Roberts and the team make that game their focus. There's been a lot of uncertainty following CIG's announcement that they'll be focusing on stability for the foreseeable future rather than new features. And when you factor in a lot of very justifiable bad feeling around the state of the game right now, it's easy and understandable to be unsure of just what CIG will be able to achieve. The earliest they're likely to start clearing up the confusion is going to be next week's roadmap, the 1st of 2025. And even that may not do it. So, in the meantime, let me show you why I think there's less to worry about than it might seem. And if you're one of those mugs that's turned up all triggered with a bitchy comment because I've got the audacity to make some content about the game that isn't just crying about things, well, I've brought my own mug. Let's do this. So what I'm going to do through this is I'm going to overlay some of the older graphics, the way Squadron 42 looks. So whilst you might have seen a couple of reacts to this, I promise you won't have seen one quite like this.
I'm getting a faint contact on bearing 287. You picking that up?
Yeah, got it. Scanning now. We're clear. Commercial vessel out of Vega 3. Reminded them that civilian traffic is restricted under lockdown.
Quite clearly the whole intro sequence, they've cut nothing out, so this will be the menu into the game. I think the only thing that's missing here is like the thrusters popping up, like they had in the previous version.
Come back, Gary.
And they've got to stop doing that. It's Archangel, not Archangel. Archangel.
On our way.
But like Archangel Gabriel, right? But yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's just lovely. And I know I said I was going to be positive, and the first two things I said were negative, but just, you know, bear with me. I'm going to get there. Possibly one of the best intros, scene setting ever.
Reposition for heading 038. Copy that. Adjusting heading now. Reaper Squadron. Thanks for joining us. What's your sit rep? In position, holding now. Understood. Stand by for further orders. All flanks. Bishop wants to lose formation on our baffle so we don't clump up. Copy that.
The work on the hull here, like the lighting, the rendering, just the fidelity is incredible. But you can kind of see through the window, you see that like he kind of pops in and out a little bit and disappears. So it's clearly rendered in-game. This isn't, you know, just seamless cutless scenes. In the application form, he wrote Rich Tyra as his next of kin. Oh, sorry, Chris Roberts. He's Rich Tyra. And if you notice, in the to line, it actually says Chris Roberts. So that's kind of cool.
Guess that last fight didn't scare them off quite like we all hoped it would. Honestly, we've been out here so long, I don't know what to pull for anymore. I just wanted to let you know. I'll write as soon as I can. Stay safe.
The scale of the Bengal is more visible there, I think, than in anything that we've seen before, other than obviously flying with it in the bows.
Never gets old, does it?
Sir.
Eddies.
I wish people would learn to salute properly in games.
I used to do the same thing when I was first coming up. Post up to the flight deck whenever I could to watch the launches. you seen the F-8s up close?
No, sir.
The thing's a
can-
beast.
Confirm this kind of awkwardness.
Nimble, too.
Maneuvering
And then
thrusters
checking
and
yourself
three
like
mains.
this.
Sure sounds like it. Sir.
As a junior officer in the Royal Navy, I would try and relate with senior officers, and then you kind of you end up forgetting that they're human, and you have moments like that where you feel embarrassed for no good reason.
I saw you apply to the flight academy again.
Yes, sir.
Keep your head up. Took me a couple times before I got in.
Thank you, sir.
That's a better salute. Just the last one was a bit kind of wishy-washy with the arm over the top. And of course, sat in CitizenCon watching it transition into the game like this was...
Repeat, all gunners to your turrets.
And this is one of the differences slightly. I'm going to do a series on ship reviews as a naval officer, and then we're going to look at other naval themes and how that could inform like playing games and stuff. You wouldn't just tell people to go to their turrets. There's sorts of war cries that you have that would get people going in the right direction.
And he said the recon team was wiped out.
Really?
Not by actual
Why are
war
we
cries.
sitting here?
Yeah.
Vanduul aren't stupid. If they know we know,
Things
they would have
you'd
hit us
say.
by now.
Hey, they could take as much time as they want. The longer they wait, more of a chance the 42s to get back.
Well, they can hit whenever.
Hey, there you are.
Hey,
Looks really
Where's
good.
your helmet?
can't gun without it.
Come on.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
That's what I thought.
I gotta get to my turret.
Got to go
If that's
up.
going to be like the quality of like when you're on the Stanton, the Idris throughout episode 1, if that's going to be like the quality of them talking to each other,
Board shifts. And I haven't been able to sleep since. I heard from my daddy over.
that's called foreshadowing. But yeah, if that's going to be the quality of like how they talk and it's all relevant to the plot and filling in little bits of information, like that's just going to be.
Getting any reinforcements?
Gotta send them through, right? We've been getting tuned up for weeks.
It's this Polo Initiative horse shit. High Command's been freaking out about having to make cuts, so everybody's taking hits. Winslow and the Banshee told me they got denied on extra ammo for their main gun.
Almost like the suits on F1 attack.
Yeah.
Shit obliged.
Banshee, really cool ship name, by the way. What's really interesting about scenes like this is like there always seems to be more crew in like one space than there should be. Like when you get off the Idris, or get onto the Idris in the hangar, like half the crew seem to be in there.
Lost Squad.
Are they seriously doing another show about the fall of Caliban?
That's all. That too is called foreshadowing.
Supposedly out next year.
This hits hard.
Okay. Take him to Lake Perrin. He's old enough, and teach him what I taught you. And do me a favor. Hug your mom. Whenever you can.
When you're on a warship away for a long period of time, like I've been, your bunk is your space. And these little personal moments that happen, they're very, very true to form. Nice. I don't know if you've seen that little sticker in his locker, but it reads something like, all humans are created equal, and a few become Navy starmen. You know, very similar to the one we have in the Royal Navy, which is Navy because even the Army need heroes. Yeah, very cool.
Hey. All set? Hey, you get any sleep last night? Yeah, me neither.
The music on this by I think it's George Zemelis and Pedro Camacho are just sets the scene so well. I mean, if you were this close, you knew they were going through the gate, you'd be in a different readiness state with this. There wouldn't be people just sat around eating and chilling out and that sort of stuff. You'd be at
Oh,
some
news.
form of
Heard
enhanced
Goofy
readiness.
was assigned to your rig for this last shift, so brace
God
yourself.
damn
The
it,
controls
Goofy.
are gonna be screwed.
That's no help. But a really nice way of working in that kind of control into the tutorial and, you know, making it feel a little bit more seamless.
CitizenCon upgraded to orange. All reserve personnel get to your stations.
Looks like this could be it.
This could be it.
Hey, good luck. See you up there.
You got it.
Oh, of course, fist bump. No, salute, yeah. Because, you know, I'm in touch with the times. His head popped again. I don't know if you saw that slightly from that range. Poor old Goofy. Look at it. Look at the way he kind of slinks away.
Want you calibrated and ready to fire in 5 here?
Ready for work. Righto. If you know what that's from, in the comments. Out yourself as an old person. Or, obviously, a classic game aficionado. Whichever. Just that visual of the planetary clouds on the left, the volumetric clouds on the right. And then, of course, a Hornet in the middle, just for reasons.
Follow the on-screen instructions for the calibration program. Stand by. We'll start with tracking. Since we're out here hunting a Vanduul clan, I'll load up one of their ships for you to follow.
This is really nice.
Alright. You should be all set for controlling your turret. Next up, they'll test your firing mechanics. The system projects simulated rounds, so don't worry about friendly fire.
Simulated rounds. Oh, okay then. Just spray and pray. Nice. And just check out this like first time hit, like first round. Click. Okay, second round. Fair enough. Not the first time.
Looking good.
That was.
Last thing we need to do is verify your targeting. I'll load up a larger Vanduul ship for you to practice targeting specific parts of the enemy.
Precision mode. Not everyone's favorite, I get.
Okay, your targeting is tracking solid, so that should do it. Check any other gunners, and they seem to be up as well. Everyone up? Marcus, test your tilt. System says it's ticking.
So PO Moreland, Petty Officer Moreland, it's a senior enlisted or a senior rate in the UK Navy.
Alright, people. Eyes open, mouths shut.
I know you can't see that because I'm in the way of it, but that's what's
Any
happening.
idea what's happening, sir?
You covering your sector and staying off comms. At least that's what should be happening.
My money's still on the drill.
What'd I just say?
Sorry, sir.
And then the very quick, shut up.
Not about time.
Shut up.
I'm not gonna lie, this bit is just
Attention, Second Fleet.
the sort of thing Gary Oldman
This
does
is
exceptionally
Admiral
well.
For 6 months now, we have faced an elusive enemy determined to see the Empire burn and every human with it. There have been battles. There have been losses.
This actually
Each
happens.
and every one of you has proven yourself time and again, but today I must
Command
ask
come on the
for
horn,
more.
everyone stops and just listens.
Today, we fight one last battle. Advanced recon indicates the entire Vanduul fleet has just entered the system. This means a kingship.
That face pop though, still works
in
in
our
it.
way.
I feel like the faces have a little less detail than the previous versions, but
Survive today,
maybe that's just how it's being worked on.
but there will be no time for sorrow. we will have to grieve for them later. Because 2 billion souls in this system
is a really nice
hang in the
transition there.
balance. There should be
Still
no
a little bit
illusions
struggling
about
with
what we're up to.
performance and stuff, but
In
that'll
the
come.
history of the UEE, a kingship has entered human space a handful of times. Battle of Orion,
Those little trinket
Siege of
things,
Tiber,
memories of home,
the fall of
that's
Caliban.
pretty true to form.
But we are the Second Fleet. History will remember us differently.
This bit, that.
We will not have to worry about it being kind, because today we will define ourselves through our actions. We will not lose the system. We will not fall back. We will win, because we have to. We fight today. So in 40 years from now, when you're surrounded by everything and everyone you hold dear, and they ask, what did you do in the Battle of Vega? You can look them in the eye and say, I held the line. Men and women of the Second Fleet, I am proud to stand with you today. Good luck. Bishop out.
Had to fight the urge to stand up and.
Nice speech.
Any word from the recon team?
Not yet.
Let's get into position.
Very cool. I love this way of launching rather than what we've seen before, which is just taking off a flat deck. This idea of this kind of magnetic catapult thing is really, really cool. Yeah. And then they just disappear into the floor. Nice. Being able to riff off this piece of music multiple ways is such a strength. They can make it be like melancholy, they can make it be, you know, like this, anticipation. But they do a really good job of showing like the size and the scale of the UEE fleet here, because then it makes this next bit so much more of an oh my god moment. And then the kind of peaceful, what are we waiting for? This is what we're waiting for. Lights start to appear in the smoke and the cloud. And this, here they come, oh my god moment.
Fleet, hold fire until my mark.
Oh shit. That red lighting and everything else, and the fact that they've kind of kept that pulsating red light through the hulls of the capital ships and that sort of stuff.
Strip safeties from the Goliath. We'll have to hit him close. I want him live on launch.
I love that they've called that turret the Goliath. That's just... Though I don't know if it's a turret anymore so much. It looks like it's more kind of fixed. Yeah, that pulsating light running down the hull.
What are they waiting for?
This. The blades, like either side of the chin, that just open there, just like, oh. There's a really good job of like mimicking a mouth. Something that's going to come out and just bite, trump through you. Nice.
I thought it would be bigger.
It's the job of senior officers to kind of make it look like everything is part of the plan and to help control the anxiety amongst the crew. And Mark Strong does that perfectly. This is Toll, the character that's motion captured by Andy Serkis. Obviously, if you're going to get motion captured in. I love this little bit of the translation along the bottom. Real graphical improvement there.
Ship's locked, sir. Fleet's ready.
Stand by.
It's that moment, the calm before the storm, just the few moments where you know everything's going to kick off and go to hell. Oh, this launcher system, just, yes! Having everything on carousels and just like literally yeeting them out the side of the ship. I don't know if you can see there, but the Vanduul's kind of like hunched over, like a sports bike. Just builds this idea of like agility and speed. Literally like a swarm. Imagine when we see this bit for real, we're going to see a lot more shots lighting up than that. I think we're going to see huge amounts of ordnance going into the air. A lot more like this next bit. This bit. We're going to see more fire like that, and I think we'll even see more in that scene. A hammerhead gunner's paradise, this bit. Just, yeah. Just fire, you're going to hit something. Yeah, some weird graphical glitches still, work to do, and which is kind of a bit of an indicator why it's going to take so long to, get the game out. And it's not the only reason, but it's a good reason. Kind of almost, when they're coming straight at you, like you want to use like the larger shells almost. I'm sure the motions of this shooting will look a lot more fluid and that sort of stuff when, this is all part of the improvements they're going to make. I like that some of the animations around the turrets feel still remarkably kind of physical, like the reloading, just pulling that huge lever. That would be... it kind of gives the impression of pieces of equipment that are still very, like, all the equipment is still very analog and resistant to, you know, interference from other systems. Okay, he kind of complains. There you go. Just as we blow it up. It's like, dude, I'm trying. It's a battle here.
Will do.
Shots from the Goliath, I think. Yeah, those. Well, they seem to kind of like go off and skew up, which is a bit weird, and I shouldn't do that hand motion because that could get people in trouble. But you know what I mean, right? So this is kind of normal. You've got Mark Strong, who's captain of the ship, and then you've got the Admiral, who's controlling the fleet action, very much like the fleet command
Shift your
module.
position back and drift 8 degrees off X-axis. That should bring that Moiler into your field of fire. Corvers, redirect to fill the gap and take those gunboats off integrity. Scimitar, your turn to play bait.
It was really cool, like, this whole idea that the Admiral's able to just assimilate this huge amount of information and just come up with these plans on the fly. Chef's kiss.
Banshee, push forward. Let's see how strong their line is. Raiden, you're their support.
A lot of damage being taken. One of the guns off the Goliath takes a bit of a pounding.
Impact, sir. Could have been capital ship fire.
No, it's too focused. It's more like heavy fighters. Do we have a line on them?
Turrets have been taken out, sir.
Gauntlet, come in. We need you to sweep up some fighters on us.
On it, sir. Get us in close.
Aye, sir.
You're up, turret gunners. We're guarding Bishop here. Make me proud.
Of course, Rachel McLaren, Gillian Anderson is Gary Oldman's daughter. So yeah. I've seen like the scorching damage and stuff, like on the starboard, the right hand, starboard right, port left. On the barrel, it's kind of cool.
Copy that.
On it, sir.
Or even alarm, fighters, sides, and then give like a clock face high, level or low. That too, right? So alarm, banshees, 6 o'clock high. This is just watching ships come apart from the big cannon shots is, yeah. One of the things that's really impressive with this is, despite the amount of stuff that you've got on screen, the debris starts to build up, and you see more and more and more of it, and it actually starts to interfere with the shots.
More Vanduul bombers trying to hit the Krug area again. Focus up and take them out.
Like now. Just launching missile after missile. Caught the wing of that fighter. Beautiful. There's a lot going on screen. It kind of makes you wonder, like, how all the systems are going to deal with it. It's like, what spec do I need to run this comfortably? Because at the moment, of course, it's the only thing we can base it off is Star Citizen, and it doesn't run well.
Ready up. More incoming. I'm picking up Glaives. Take him out.
Then, of course, this poor Idris is getting a little bit smashed around by the Glaives and the other fighters that are coming in. And then that happens. And obviously this debris, I'd imagine, is something they're going to clear up, because that just looks cut and pasted.
Oh God.
I don't know why you wouldn't be using the big guns here. Maybe he's trying to show something off, or maybe it's you do a lot of damage with them, so it's kind of for the demo. But he does it here. I love that the almost like galleon style, you know, guns actually sticking out of the side and moving around. That's cool. Like this bit though, watching the debris move between the ships and then watching it actually catch, and like there being damaged. You can see the armor being removed by the hits. You can see that even on the debris, not just on the active stuff that you're shooting at. And this is just unfortunate because he just keeps clipping this thing. He's like, I'll fire now, miss, miss, miss. It just keeps getting intercepted.
Focus, people. We got heavy fighters incoming.
And then these, yeah. You see one of these up close later and it looks absolutely mint.
Keep up that fire. Get ready. Corvette's coming around.
Wrong ship.
All gunners.
This is the one you're after, Rich.
The main turret.
Wow. That was the dude that walked us to our turret, man.
Take out that main turret.
Yeah, keep firing. That's the way forward.
All gunners, take out that turret. Your only target.
Makes me wonder, if you destroy that turret quicker, like, do those people fight in other ways, or is it always the way that they're going to go? I mean, they're obviously not going to survive the battle, but...
Tracking multiple inbound boarding spikes. Target and eliminate.
Oh, these things are just great. Big guns, please, sir. No, small guns? Okay. Oh, there you go, boarding spike.
I need help! I need help!
And again. Hello. Obviously, that's always going to happen no matter what. It looks like it was going to explode anyway. It didn't look like he hit it quite before it exploded. So... Dun dun dun! Dramatic pause. It's a very different picture to the last time we moved around the fleet and saw us basically smacking the Vanduul around. It's looking rough.
Appreciate it. Could really just do with some fire cleanup. We're taking multiple hits.
335, break engagement and support.
This flag captain being very close to the Admiral, watching his every move, as well as everything else that's happened. It's the hallmark of a good flag officer.
Any effect on target?
Hostile captured, bearing down on us. Copy that. Radius inbound.
Firing again! Getting away in power spike from the King ship.
I wonder where Bishop got the idea for the Retribution's main cannon from.
Argus is down. Repeat. Argus is down.
Flight ops. Scramble any available support ships to pick up survivors.
What's wonderful about that line
This thing
is
chewing
that
us up,
that's actually going to be a mechanic, right? Recovering people. We see it in
on the King ship.
like the search and rescue elements of the game. That's going to be part of the guilds and all
I
that
need
sort
you
of
to
stuff.
cook up a firing solution on that King ship.
It's not just
Hit
a
'em with
cool
everything we
standing
got.
line.
So, all of our weapons even focused?
Have to do something. Right, Mr. Krause? The Vanduul aren't going to blow themselves up.
Yes, sir.
Wait, next time
Good
we take a
flowers.
hit, drop our shields an extra 30%.
Hear that, Shields?
Sir.
Navigation.
Sir.
Adjust heading. 10 degrees port.
Aye, sir.
Let's get their attention.
Beautiful. I love the fact that some of the weapon systems on top actually look like phalanx. The white domed. You'll hear it's called CWIS, close-in weapon system, but they actually just look like phalanx. I guess something survives our era into the 2950s, huh? That's such a nice shot. The one bit that's missing here is that they're supposed to be bioluminescent. So they display different colours and stuff based on emotions and the situation. So hopefully that'll be like the nice little touch that we didn't see during this, that we'll see when the game's released. But this is like remarkably all at once, like high tech and low tech. It's a really nice blend. The question is, do we get on board a King ship at any point in any game and get to walk around it or fight through it or whatever? Just one-shotting Hammerhead, because...
Second shield generator is down, sir. Starboard 4 exposed. Sir.
And they hit the star before.
Hit them again.
Waiting on you, Mr. Krause.
They're gonna kill us.
We'll deal with that later. Because you look at that and you think that's a lot of damage, especially that top one. You see it go through like multiple compartments, and then the fire kind of dies down, and you're like, oh, it's all right.
Charging up the main gun. I guess you got their attention.
It looks so good. Again, very low tech with it all kind of popping out and physically making contact. This is very Star Trek. The first film with Chris Pine as the captain. There's Kirk watching the missiles come in. Go. Don't know if you notice, I'm just going to move the YouTube thing. Squadron 42 revealed at 42 minutes in the video. Nice work, CIG. Well played.
5 seconds out to the fray. Form up, Cal. You got point.
Copy that. Tally's on me.
A lot of people want that engine configuration on their Hornet.
Flight. Echo flight. Prep for boost.
When we watched this happen for real, the cheering was incredible.
Let's say hi.
All copy. Tools at the ready. Stand by for lock.
Uh-oh.
Ready up, people. Enemy vectors inbound.
Copy, Doug. You can cover. I can make a run at that shield, Jenny.
Copy. Hey, Rover. Take Charlie and Delta and screen up those fighters. Natal, Bug, you're in main. If you run a double switchback.
Copy that. Tally's maintain vector. I'll clear your shot.
Got it. All echoes. Stay on the ball.
Light 'em up.
Look out.
Yeah, just jinking through the missiles using enemy ships to dodge.
You might be right.
And then just the cornballiest move ever.
Shield soften up.
They kind of warp back in again because of the streaming. Really interesting shield placement for a big ship like that, or shield generator placement.
Shields up!
Moments too late because it bounced off the forward shield and takes out one of the main thrusters.
Report!
Shields are holding. Barely.
And then
That shot took out our
this
main
is a very
thrusters.
admiral
Not
thing.
us, them.
Yeah, that. No, not us, them.
The kingship shields are down.
Yes! We don't celebrate until they're dead.
Hit him. Hit him.
Beautiful. Can't help but feel a little bit like, yeah, get swept up in it a little, as you can tell. This is interesting because there's a bug. There's normally text here, and Thol kind of reprimands Suqadron for, like, losing the kingship, effectively. That's why there's this little bit of tension. But what I really like is the Suqadron just kind of goes, yeah, alright, you're kind of right, and gets this staff to kind of come back out of the console, which is, I guess, their symbol of power, part of the way they control the ship. And the symbolic handing that over to the main bad guy in the whole thing, our enemy. Love this idea of control just being like these hand motions, just standing there and doing all that sort of stuff. That's a really nice. Yep. And remember earlier I said we see one of the heavy fighters? That's what I think this is, whether it's some converted version for like getting off, but that's a really cool way. It's like, oh, Vanduul escape pods is a ship covered in guns for the command crew. You'll notice this feels a little bit kind of like stilted coming in behind. He just kind of flicks up and that's it. But again, I think a lot of the motion of the ships and stuff and making them feel more dynamic will be improvements we see by the time Squadron 42 releases. And then jump. Pew.
Sir, Kingship's headed right for us.
Great symmetry in the Suqadron's face, and then
I'm trying to get the auxiliaries online. Getting a rapid increase in the Kingship's energy signature. Looks like they're trying to go critical.
Even if we dodge, we won't get clear of the blast range on auxiliary alone.
I seem to remember him saying, "We will not fall back."
Attention, fleet. This is Admiral Bishop. You are ordered to immediately withdraw. I repeat, withdraw.
Damn.
All non-essential personnel are dismissed
Just
to abandon
explosions
ship.
in the background.
If you want to volunteer to stay,
What's really cool is when they did this for real, him inviting people to leave, the power of his acting, how he was doing it, made a couple of the extras stand up and leave. They just got up and they were like, clearly we need to go now. It was like the power of suggestion thing.
Sir, logistics. I want every ounce of juice pumped into those guns. If we don't need it to breathe or shoot, I don't want it.
Nice. There are some salvagers watching this going, yeah, wait for big space battles. Makes you wonder with alien ships whether there's going to be some sort of, like, rare, very rare salvage material. Piece of the wreckage just went through the bridge, like, just clipped through it.
Vanduul forces have seized control of major systems.
Not in a good way. We've got our visor cracked. We're probably hurting a lot.
There's a pod here, come on!
Not in a good space here, boys and girls. Good job we didn't rush. This is cool with, you know, things sliding across the deck and the gravity on board being disrupted by it. It was a very nice effect. And then mash that F button, boys. Mash it. Push, 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 push. Nothing like a pick-me-up in the morning. Nice. And again, just like every tutorial, you got the inner thought stuff that kicks off, making you know what you got to do next, and you know the tooltips and stuff. This bit's a bit. Ugh.
Let's go.
Is right. And then this is entirely unnecessary. I mean, 2 shots. I get it, double tap, but that was the equivalent of hitting him with a cannon. Do you know what I mean? Like, ugh. That guttural growling in the background. Woof.
Hey, hold the door!
It's a bit of a shame they don't kind of show this here, but the escape pod actually goes off and then gets hit. Which is what that explosion was. I can imagine a few worse ways to... Nope. Nope, no.
I need to find another way out of here.
Fire an enclosed metal box is just not... Nope. The map also seems to update with damage and stuff, which is very cool. Although that's easy to do in a single player, right? Scripted story.
All personnel evacuate ship.
Oh, remember the last time we were here? It was all lovely, and there was people talking, dictating notes to their kids, and yeah, no doubt that's why they brought us back here, so that it's kind of a reminder of what's going on. Very poignant one too. Kind of glad they didn't stop to read the notes. Do you know what I mean? For there. Ugh. And of course, yeah. Can you imagine moving around the ship and just hearing, ugh. Yeah, no. So interestingly, I don't think this is likely to be part of like the resource network gameplay so much. This feels very particular to what's going on here. You know, a lot of the stuff, power to different things will be, but this feels very much like a standard kind of single player trope that won't make it into the multiplayer. Also, I don't know, one of the things here, and like I say again, I'll talk about this at some point in the future, but it's very strange to me that not everyone is in an undersuit with a helmet, at least with them, because, you know, when you go into action like these situations, everyone carries a life jacket with them in the real world. Everyone has overalls that are flame retardant. You know, they have anti-flash, which protects your extremities from the effects of heat burning and explosions and stuff, heat wash. So yeah, it's a little bit strange that not everyone would go around with at least some form of undersuit and protective gear. Not necessarily to be able to withstand fires and stuff, but certainly to at least to seal you against the effects of vacuum and whatnot. And that dude's in a jumper, which I'd imagine burns pretty well. Well, I suppose there might be access to crawlways like this in Star Citizen. The white visor animation.
Get to the door, seal it. Once I raise the tank. Just go. Now.
Brave man. Brave but foolish. Icky. So yeah, that's rough. But this whole battle sequence of, remember that like 10-15 minutes ago we were watching in-engine cutscenes and fighting this huge fleet battle, and now we're in this very kind of tense internal situation where we're, you know, being boarded and solving, you know, puzzles to you know, and dealing with systems to, you know, get what we need. It's quite a leap to have all this put together in one space, just like we're expecting with Star Citizen. You know, to be able to go from the high reaches of space down to a planet and into a tunnel system. And this is great. The idea that they can do takedown moves, but we can stop it is very cool. Oh, and then look how many rounds this dude ends up with. Yeah, 1 round remaining. Into engineering. Love this space. That's awesome. And then trying to seal them in fire, but we don't quite make it.
Fire detected. Room locking down. Repeat. Room locking down.
These cues are great because you know what's happened, you know why it's happened, even without that extinguished fire on the door. Like, you know why things are happening. That's a really nice bit of like visual storytelling. And then this bit obviously can... The idea that it kind of disappears in smoke is fairly realistic as well. You'll see the glow, you won't necessarily see the flames until you get closer, and there's less smoke between you and it. Although, I don't know that you, especially with like, that seems to be like a CO2 extinguisher, because there's nothing left behind, there's no... It's like, it doesn't cool it like that at all. The idea that it's all of a sudden 20 degrees C again, not so much. You'll be able to grill some meat on that for a very long time. Including your own. Don't know why I said that. This was one of the moments where I kind of shifted in my seat at CitizenCon. Because this was like... and it was like... angry dude wants in the elevator.
Breach detected. Depressurizing.
I was about to say something stupid, like makes you wonder why he didn't brace either side of the door, or either side of the window, so he didn't get sucked out of the elevator. But we know why, because otherwise then we wouldn't get to see this very cool bit of cinematography, gameomatography, I don't know what he'd call it, but you get my point. Yeah, this is very cool. It's like, Yep, not quite the gauntlet that it was. Hoping we get to disable all this sort of stuff for those of us that, by this stage, will be pretty used to how all this works. You know, even if we haven't played this game before, we'll know. Helldivers in the background, because why not? Just the fighter coming in so close was like... More rounds coming in. Shots going past. Goliath firing. So much going on, and this looks incredible. And what really struck me when the first time I watched this was watching the CO2 go down. We're already at 78% O2 and dropping. And the fact that it kind of flicks up and down again, like real pressure gauges do. You know, you saw he was stationary there, so it wasn't moving a lot. We're now at 75%. So that little bit of movement was 3% of his oxygen. Yeah. And then those perfect orange circles aren't a mistake. They're where the boarding torpedoes, the boarding claws hit, and then cut through the hull. Nice. And then probably don't want to put our hands in that because that looks a little bit sparky. So again, nice way in the story of introducing these mechanics that you can use that no doubt we'll be relying on quite a bit later. Yeah, really nice. Ugh, this bit's rough. Just... yeah. The unfortunate reality. Bye! I don't know how there's still atmosphere there for that guy to suddenly disappear out, but... and a 51% oxygen now. 50%. That's just rough. And then one of my favourite bits is all the plates get pulled up by, I don't know, some form of attraction to the hull going over the top. Engine noise. Oh, that's just... What's really interesting, you notice only like one gun firing on some of the turrets. Again, lots of work to be done still. Now people are like, why is it going to take so long? Well, that's why it's going to take so long. Among other things. Got a bit of a lineup. Lots of sparks flying around and debris in the way and what's this black stuff and there we go. It feels, I remember sitting in the audience and thinking this feels like quite a lengthy sequence to sit and watch, and it is to sit and watch. When you play it, I can kind of imagine me playing this sequence as it is, and you know, when you're engaging with it like that, I think it's going to be a very different experience. It's going to be over in the blink of an eye. So stoked for this. Nice.
Warning, oxygen low.
Yeah. Oh, we've got atmosphere because our oxygen's has gone back up, which is nice.
Pressurizing.
There we go. And then float off, and then really nice because you float off and then just kind of plop down as it reinstates the gravity. Right next to the really big bridge elevator sign, so can you guess where we're going next?
Thought I was the only one left.
So did I.
Look, I need your help with something. Follow me.
We're running low on power, so we have to reroute our energy from our shields to our thrusters to change direction.
Oh, there's a king ship in the distance.
Take a seat.
Cunningly identified there by Rich as he.
Steer the ship. Time for your first piloting lesson.
This is not how I thought I was going to learn. I thought I was going to learn there was going to be instructors. There was going to be a simulator. Not in the middle of a battle whilst getting, you know, humped by Vanduul.
Ready? Go.
Yeah, ready. The first time we saw this was incredible as well. This idea of this motion system that you follow that path on the screen, and of course it's been implemented with the Polaris and that sort of stuff as of 4.0, I think. Yeah, really, really pretty. I mean, it's going to go as fast as it's going to go, boss. Like, I can't make this go any faster.
Good. Good. Hold that.
This is really nice.
Shifting power back to shields.
Yeah, because now we got the momentum. Don't need the engines anymore.
Engaging autopilot.
I ordered you to fall back.
Can't do that. You're dead in the water, and we can help.
The situation's under control. You order reverse.
You can't kill it. Not before it takes you out. We are boarded and burning. This is the only way.
Well, lock your course. Get off
This
that
strikes
thing.
because,
Both of you clear?
as Admiral, he knows she's expendable.
I will.
That's a rough feeling. You know, she's the captain of a destroyer. He's the admiral of the fleet and aboard the flagship. This, though, launching these boarding claws from inside. Oh, I know we won't, but I really, really want one of those in Star Citizen. I know we won't get them because of the amount of effort it would take to model that and just. They've done really well with like the chanting and the music.
We're about to have company. I've got to try and divert as much energy as I can to the engines.
Also,
So
who
I'm gonna
designed
turn them
this
off.
that they can just climb up the exterior to these things? Like,
Yes, sir.
why? Why would you do that? Yep. I hope they do that where you can kind of just put the gun up and grab it with one hand. It doesn't make sense to kind of put your gun away in this situation. You'd be like, that pause to build the anticipation is like quite nice.
Keep it up.
Quick stop to loot because we are gamers after all. Also, how did she know there was another breach? Knocked over again. Yep. The Admiral saved us once. Duel. That's what they call the message order. We got more duel coming. What? Just nailed us with that stuff. I mean, maybe the 2 shots on that guy in the galley was justified, because it only knocked us down like 20-something%. And then, boop. And he climbs back up the wall, because why not? And the Admiral saved us, the Captain saved us a second time. Yeah, hang on. Just getting heals, because, you know, 28% life and stuff.
Warning. Collision imminent.
Almost finished here.
Ejection system offline.
That's not what we want to hear.
The door is jacked. I need you to manually override the door. Give me a rifle.
It crashed here during the presentation. So if you watch the Twitch stream, it goes all screwy. So we didn't see this next bit until that night when they Rich went back, recorded this for YouTube, and then uploaded it. So we didn't see the next bit until afterward. Because this wouldn't interact. Because
we're good. Down.
Dun dun dun. A lot of people ask whether or not you could leave her behind, but the mission in the top right doesn't seem to indicate that.
Sir.
Whether she makes it, well, that's another case entirely.
Don't argue. Just do me a favor. Give this to Bishop. Tell him it's all gonna be okay. Tell them it was a good trip.
Warning. Collision imminent.
Get the hell out of here.
Warning. Impact. Warning. Impact.
To escape with McLaren, it's kind of... I mean, maybe you could just get in and pull it and be a bit of a dick, but...
I'm not leaving you.
I don't know. It seems fairly... Seems fairly categorical, right? I mean, she's taking this like a champ. Being dragged across the floor without kind of screaming in pain. And take note, the code for the escape pod door is 808. Just in case that comes in useful at any point. I think that's the only bit that's missing, is it didn't really kind of signify the door shutting. Maybe that's a bit they're still working on, and you look through a window instead.
I do solemnly pledge...
The guy on the stand, look at the actor,
I
him.
will defend the Empire with my life.
I think it's Danny Houston, Yellowstone in 30 Days of Night.
Your application to the Flight Academy
Among
has been
others.
reconsidered. Captain McLaren had submitted a letter of recommendation on your behalf before the battle.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. You're safe.
Looks like there's a little bit of PTSD going on here.
We may be a small crew, but the work we do matters.
Welcome to the Stanton. I'm Eugene Morrow.
That's a hell of a change in graphics.
I'm Petty Officer Webster, Chief Mechanic.
This will be your new home.
I know she sounds peppy there, she's being sarcastic.
He's one of our best.
Sir.
Who the hell are you?
I'm your new wingman, sir. The name's...
You want me to learn your name? You live long enough for me to care.
I knew people like that in the forces.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Spider miners. Nice. Something from Star Wars, just cuz. And Top Gun Maverick, because why not? Absolutely just incredible. And this is why this gives me hope. is this is what the game looks like when they focus on it. This is what it looks like when they pile that effort into it. This is going to take a lot of weight off of the funding model. I mean, obviously they're going to keep selling ships, but if this is successful, this is going to result in a lot of money, and a lot of the talk about financial security and stuff goes away. And I'm really excited for this game. I cannot wait. I can only hope that I get on CIG's radar enough that, you know, if they do early copies, that maybe they send me one, and I would love to have you along for the ride for that. I hope that amongst all of the uncertainty that's going on with the game, the people getting annoyed, and I don't blame you, I'm with you 100%, that people take this as a little bit of an indication that things will still hopefully move in the right direction, and that there is a little bit of hope on the horizon. I was going to say something about I Held the Line, but that's far, far too cheesy. You've been watching Drinkers for Gaming Problems. Thank you very much for stopping by. See you soon.